guys, I'm Adam, and today I'll be going over the CUEGIS concept, ethics. So, ethics, by definition, is a socially accepted moral principle that guides decision making based on a collective belief of what is right and what is wrong. So, and also a closely related term, CSR, is corporate social responsibility, meaning that what a company or firm is responsible for in a society. So, what it should do to its various stakeholders. So, in order to be ethical, the firms usually take part in the corporate social responsibility to try and to demonstrate that it's responsible, is a responsible firm within a society. So there are actually different types of ethical or quote unquote ethical conducts because some of these types are really debatable whether it's ethical or it's not. Some of it is just straightforward unethical. So I put quote unquote here. Okay, so let's go over each category. So the first one is greenwashing. It's basically a process of conveying a false impression or providing misleading information about how a company's products are more environmentally sound. So during the process of greenwashing, it is more like an advertising campaign. The firm is spending most of the money onto advertising its ethical endeavor, but actually it is really spending a very little amount of money or resources on trying to improve the community or doing something good to the society. So the greenwashing is more like a false advertising campaign trying to draw the attention of the society into believing that the company is doing a lot to help the community, but in fact, the company is not. So it's really not an ethical conduct, but it is perceived to be an ethical conduct of the firm. And the second type is to clean the brand name. So it's really applicable in fast food restaurants or firms with high levels of pollution and other sort of industries where the firms actually cause a lot of negative externality. So negative externality actually means the spillover a negative effect and that certain production or consumption activities will do to the society. So so these firms, because they have really bad reputations, because fast food restaurants are known to create obesity in the society, diabetics, or other sort of coronary heart disease. So they really don't have a very good reputation. So what they will do is actually they will do some CSR to try to help improve their brand image. So for instance, like those fast food restaurants like McDonald's will establish hospitals for children and give some funds for some poor students to go to university and etc. etc. So it's actually on trying to offset the damage it has caused to the society and try to clean the bad reputation associated with the brand. And same goes for the firms with high levels of pollution. And also, I'm going to talk about a type 3. The type 3 actually somehow overlaps with type 1 or type 2 because some firms can both be doing type 1 things and also doing type 3 things. Let's see an example. For instance, let's say Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola actually has a separate nonprofit aside from its main branch of beverage drinks. So it has a nonprofit organization and which is solely devoted to helping the community. So what they will do is actually they will actually put some part of its profit into that nonprofit organization because nonprofit organization in the United States is not taxed. So that portion of their money is not taxed. It's sheltered in a nonprofit organization. So in that way, the firm can actually shelter a lot of their profits without being taxed in a different place, and they still have the control over the nonprofit organization. So, so that's sort of a loopholes in the policies in the United States to be aware of, and also because some amount of profit is being removed, the rest amount of profit really is much less than the prior amount. So the income or corporate tax rate applicable to the remaining profit is really much less than before. So in that way, the remaining profit will be taxed less as well. So overall, is a way to for companies to avoid tax. So it's really unethical, as you can say, but it really has an ethical element inside of it because the nonprofit organization is really trying to help the society. So depending on which perspective you took, you may arrive with different sort of conclusions. So that's the beauty of that part of QGIS concept, which is you can really go go different routes and trying to arrive at different conclusion. It's really based on what you think and what your perspectives are. And finally, we will go on to see the real CSR. But sadly, in our society, there is really not many firms actually undertaking the real CSR initiatives like Whole Foods. So Whole Foods is really demonstrating CSR because it has implemented the green practices and a fair negotiation into their mission and vision statement. So they are actually doing great things to the community each and every on single days, and it is really seen in their culture as a whole. But now, because of Amazon's acquisition, a lot of our culture has changed and value has deteriorated because of the mother company Amazon. A mother company Amazon is really profit driven and data driven. So, and in order to, because some of the CSR initiatives are really the opposite to the profit driven initiative. So there are certainly a lot of conflict going on. And also, in addition, because Amazon is a data driven company, it really wanted to get access to the customer data, but the Whole Foods might want to preserve some sort of privacy for the individual consumer. So there is certainly some sort of conflict going on in that end as well. So that's basically the concept ethics. I hope you guys enjoy. So if you guys wanted to watch more videos on the QGIS concept or econ or business, you can check out my channel and please subscribe. Thank you so much. See you next time.